So here's the thing, I've tried a lot of different slides on my feet. I've done a couple different videos on YouTube, and I wanted to bring you guys an updated video with some new experiences with some new friends here that you could see. But before we get into the video, if you guys want to buy any of the slides I'm going to be talking about in this video, I will link them in the description of this video in kind of a tier listing. So feel free to hit the description, expand on it, and then also look at all of the other slides. Also, while you're down there, give me a follow over on Twitter and Instagram and all those other things. So I'm basically going to go over all these slides and just do kind of a ranking: B tier, A tier, S tier, some of my favorites for comfort, some of my favorites for everyday wear, the most cost-effective ones, the best for wide feet, those type of things. But if you guys just want a simple top 10 list video for my favorite slides of this year, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know that you want to see that video. But also, if there's a pair of slides out there on the market that I have not tried yet that are not in this video, leave that comment as well and I'll buy them, try them out, and then maybe include those in the top 10 if they're actually good or not. I know one of them that somebody mentioned was Allbirds slides. I never got a pair of those yet, but there's other slides on the market that are really, really good. And then obviously I have quite a bit of them here as well. So we're going to start off with a B tier. This is basically just stuff that is good. Like, you get any of this stuff in the B tier, you're going to be happy. It's going to be great. Like, at the end of the day, none of these are going to be bad. However, the ranking difference for me between B and A and S really just depends on whether or not it's super squishy, comfortable underfoot, if it's like has some durability, if there's value into it. There's different reasons for it to be in different spots. We're going to go ahead and start off with a classic, and this is the Adidas Adilette Slide. Now take note, this is not the same thing as this. Yes, they're both Adilette slides, and I can do a detailed review video again on some of these things as well, but this is the cheaper version. It's like $20. This is the Adilette Comfort Slide, as they're calling it now. And this is definitely a much, much better deal. This is going to rank higher on the list. For now, we're starting off in the B tier, and this is the shower slide version. It is one foam for the midsole and upper. It's also molded across the strap of the foot, so it's a one-piece, basically, slide that you can shower with, which is why it's like a shower slide, I guess. But ultimately, it's just not very comfortable. It does not have the cloud foam in this midsole like the other comfort version of the Adilette slide has. So definitely, in my opinion, save your money up, buy the Adilette slides with the comfort, because that is going to be a much, much better experience on feet than these. You can get these on sale when I post them, anywhere from $12 to like $20 or so. But these are definitely not the most comfortable, but they do get the job done. Now, next in line on the B tier, but on the opposite end of the spectrum, this is the most expensive slide out here, $190. This is the APL Slides. And honestly, the build quality is okay, but it's not anything that's groundbreaking. I think the coolest part about these is the leather quilted liner on the bottom of the shoe, and then that leather quilted strap. But the midsole technology and the midsole foam is just meh. And then also there's no traction on the outside of this shoe. For that $190 price point, is definitely you're paying for the leather on this shoe. It's not something you're going to get wet. You can't really bring these to the pool because the leather will bleed a little bit, because obviously it's quilted leather. Not very functional necessarily, but really honestly, this is the B tier type of footwear because it is not the most comfortable out here. Next up, a new one that I recently got for this video specifically, and I will be returning these, but this is the Lululemon slides. I've never actually bought anything from Lululemon before. This popped up in my feed and I was like, okay, it looks kind of squishy. It looks very much like the Adilette Comfort Slides, but to be honest, the material here is not as soft as the Adilette Slides at a much cheaper price. These are $58. These are like roughly $20 to $40. So this is not as soft underfoot. Does have a little bit better traction on the bottom, and the strap is a very interesting sort of weird material. These also do fit a little bit narrow, so for my feet, honestly, these are a little bit lower on the list, but I know some people will probably love these shoes and love the fact that it's a little bit more firm. Just throwing that out there. Just for me, these are not the ones that I would go to. All right, next on the B tier, we have the Adidas Adicane slides. Now, these things I thought would have some promise because it had a drop in midsole. I absolutely love when companies do that. If the midsole that drops in is actually more comfortable. This is a pretty firm midsole though. It feels like kind of memory foam-ish, but honestly underfoot it's just not very soft. The overall looks of the slide I think look really nice. It's a nice sculpted upper, and parts of this shoe is made with sugarcane, so that's kind of cool as well. Retail is like $50 on these, but overall comfort was just not really there. It's definitely a firmer feel underfoot. Again, if you prefer that, great, but for me, this is a B tier. And in a similar vein, we have the Adidas Adilette Boost slides. This is just kind of a B tier as well. It had a lot of promise, in my opinion, with the Boost midsole, but it's not very plentiful, and it's very firm underfoot comparison to what you'd expect from this product. Honestly, I really hope Adidas actually revamps. They've done a lot of different Boost models, including like the Explorer Boost that is like softer underfoot. I feel like they just need to like make it bigger. Also, they should make a Light Strike Pro like slide, bros. That would be amazing because Light Strike Pro is really, really soft. They just need to make a wide foot friendly Light Strike Pro slide, and I'm telling you guys it would be amazing. But this one, B tier, it's just not all that it's chopped up to be. Retail is around $40 to $60 on these. Now, as for sizing, for the majority of this stuff out here, I'm going with a size 10 instead of a size 9. Usually there's no half sizes, and I am a 9.5, so just throwing that out there. For the Adidas slides and everything else, I usually go up to a 10. There may be a couple of these ones out here where I go true to size, but just throwing that out there. Now, moving up to the lower end of the A tier, we have the Adidas Adilette 22 slides. Now, part of the reason why these are up higher than some of the others is it is a little bit softer underfoot. It's not crazy soft or squishy or anything like that, but it is a little bit softer. Also, I do like the design and the look of this shoe. Obviously, Kanye didn't really like it. He thought it was biting. The Yeezy Slides here, I don't see the resemblance. It's like completely different. It's just an all foam slide, which pretty much every major company is doing now. All in all, it's pretty good. There's a lot better slides out here though. However, if you do like the different look that these offer, this definitely offers something that is unique. And these do run about $60. I've posted them on sale here and there on Collective Kicks, my website. Next up, we have one that I was excited to try, but kind of let me down a little bit. Still an A tier, but lower on the end. And we have a pair of the Jordan Play slides. It's a nice looking slide, to be honest, and it's pretty wide foot friendly as well. It's just pretty much average on feet though. It's what you'd expect from just, I guess, a mid-tier slide around the $40 range. Now, I got mine on sale for like 20-something dollars, and so that was a plus. But ultimately, it's pretty good if you just want Jordan brand stuff. Like, obviously, it has a Jumpman on it, so that's a plus. But on feet, it's soft. It's not the softest out here, which is why there's a lot of other slides ahead of it. But pretty average. Next up, the A tier list, one that is better than those, and that is the Nike off courts. These things are actually really comfortable. I would recommend going up a half a size, as I mentioned. This is a size 9. My wife got me with the Beavers, go Beavs. However, it is a little bit too small for me. But I do know from the past, since I've had a couple different pairs of these, it's really soft underfoot. They have a really nice soft foam on here. It is the Revive foam, as it says. I'm surprised they haven't put on too many other things, or at least they haven't branded it as such. Any which way, it's pretty nice. It's not necessarily a water slide because the material on the strap is not like all foam. So I feel like they do need to make it like an all foam version of these to make it perfect for like the beach and stuff. But ultimately, like, this is the off court. It's made for after game sort of stuff. It's really good for the price point. You can get these on sale as low as $20 up to $40 at retail. And again, I'll link them in the description. But if you've tried the off courts, leave a comment. Let me know in the comment section. Is it something that you go to? Is it a staple or not? Because if you're like a big Nike fan and stuff, like, this is like probably the better option for you if you're just wanting something that you can rock like day in and day out. Like, this is a really comfortable average pair of slides that you won't regret buying, in my opinion. Unless, of course, you get them in the wrong size, and then it's not quite as fun. The next up in the middle of the A tier list, we have one of my all-time favorite slides from Adidas. This is the Adidas Adilette Comfort Slide, as they're calling them now. But this is basically like the equivalent of the Nike off court. It is a little bit cheaper, a little bit more affordable. You can get these as low as like $15, usually when I post them on sale. And I'll try to make a difference between the Comfort versus the Shower versions for the future, because these ones are next level comparison to the Shower versions. The soft, squishy cloud foam in this is very soft. If you guys have tried Adilette slides, which hopefully most of you guys have, it's just a really soft, squishy feel. This is the very first pair of slides that I would say that I tried on that has an average price, but has like an above average feel on feet. Definitely can't go wrong with a pair of these. And in my opinion, like, everybody should probably have at least one pair of the Adilette Comfort Slides. In fact, this whole video was actually delayed because I couldn't find either of my two pairs that I had in my collection. So I actually had to buy another pair because I was like, dude, I can't do a video about slides talking about how this is a staple and not have it. So I had to get another one. But I wear them so much out and about, and so I just ended up getting them lost, apparently. But really comfortable. I will say it's not the most wide foot friendly, especially with other contenders now on the market. But this is the staple Adilette Comfort Slide. Again, roughly on that $15 to $40 scale. Definitely can't miss with these. Moving up the A tier list, this is one that is actually really good. I thought this would have been on the S tier list until I tried some of the other stuff out here. And this is the Crocs Mallow slides. Now, these things I did a review on previously. Very impressed with what Crocs did here. It has a very soft material on here. The overall material looks pretty nice to some of the other stuff that we have out here. It doesn't have too much of like that traditional Crocs look to it, which I think is a plus because I don't really like the look of Crocs, but it's a pretty sleek looking design, and honestly, the overall comfort of these are pretty good. The $50 is the retail price, but they do fit a little bit narrow across the strap. That's probably my only complaint about these things. Overall, comfort is really good. I can't even remember what the midsole compound is. I think this is Crocs Light, but I'm not 100% sure. There is actually another pair of Crocs that actually beat this one out from the slide perspective, which I did not expect to have happen for this year. But Still a really, really great slide. Definitely A tier in my opinion. Have you tried them? Would you try them? Leave a comment and let me know. And again, if you guys want to buy them, link in the description. And these things have a part of my heart, and that is the Adidas Alphabounce slides. Now, Adidas kind of has abandoned these slides from their website. You can still buy these in like full-size runs from like Adidas eBay account, like their official eBay account, and even on like Amazon and stuff. And I'll link them in the description, so hopefully you guys can find a pair. These things are one of my favorite Adidas slides on the market. Obviously, I like the Adidas Cloud Foam, the Comfort slides, but these are actually more comfortable in my opinion, definitely more versatile and wide foot friendly with the strap that you can loosen. It has an encased foam in here with kind of the same drop-in midsole, which makes this even better in my opinion, more rugged, a little bit more heavy obviously as well, but a little bit more expensive, at least at retail at $55. However, you can find these on sale for like 20 bucks or so. So in my opinion, like you get these, you're gonna be like, dude, it's like that, but better and a little bit more rugged, a little bit more functional, a little bit more versatile. And all in all, like this is one of those ones where I keep going back to. Unfortunately, Adidas just doesn't have them available in their website. But ultimately, you might have to hit up Adidas eBay store, again, linked in the description. Great, great slide, one of my favorites. Another one for the A tier that I would mention, not one of my favorites personally, but one that I know a lot of people like, and that's the Hoka recovery slides. They do have a really big midsole and they're not crazy soft and squishy. But if you like the Hoka ride, the Hoka sensation, like these recovery slides are actually pretty nice. Price points around $50 or $60, I believe, for them as well. Again, it's not my personal favorite, but it's one that I know you guys really appreciate. And overall comfort is pretty much good on those things as well. So worth noting and definitely an A tier item. And the last A tier item worth mentioning is the Skechers Hyperburst slides. These things, it's crazy how comfortable they were. Like, I don't have mine anymore. I actually gave them away for free in one of my Whatnot streams where I was just selling a bunch of stuff. But they're really comfortable slides. They're actually really nice on feet. And the Skechers foam technology is actually pretty good. It's really weird to say that. And again, some people from my last slide video, I saw some comments that said, I can't believe you're right, but like the Skechers slides are actually really good. They're definitely an A tier slide. They're overall very, very comfortable, better than average by far. A price point's around $50 on those again, if you're interested. But still one worth mentioning, one I don't like to spend a lot of time on. I don't love the Skechers brand, but they do make a pretty decent product. So that's gonna round up the A tier. Moving on to the last and final S tier. The Oofos slides are actually really comfortable. They have a strap version and a molded one that I've tried in the past. They're really good. They're super squishy. They're comfortable. It's definitely kind of like a recovery slide. Recovery slide meaning that it's very soft and squishy. It may not be for everyday activity. If you're walking around long distances in a pair of slides, you might get a little bit fatigued with the ones that are more max cushion. So I'm throwing that out there as well. But it is something that if you're just going to wear lazy little walk to the beach or just a lazy kick around slide, they're really comfortable. In my opinion, they're definitely S tier. And these are around that $50 price point as well, just for those wondering. Also in the S tier, I'd say the Under Armour Rock slides were pretty next level, $50, $60 range. You can get them on sale for I think 25 or so, but they're really comfortable. They have a nice tread on the outside of them as well. Just make sure you go up a half size. When I had a pair, they were too small, so definitely needed to go up a half a size. But they were definitely very comfortable with the soft, squishy feel, and the overall traction is really what sold me on those things. It makes it more of a versatile pair than a lot of the other ones out here. Next up, one of the slides that I've tried and I really enjoyed, but I can't find them at retail, and that's the New Balance MRSHN slides. These things are crazy, man. Super, super big stacks of foam. It's a fresh foam upper and midsole on this slide, and it's one that I was hoping they'd make a while ago. In my opinion, New Balance still needs to make a fuel cell version similar to this, basically with fuel cell on the outside. It'll be so crazy soft and squishy, but this is still a really good one in my opinion, and they don't sell them very often. I don't know why they don't have them on their website anymore. They sold out. I posted them in a couple different colors when they had them in stock, and now they're gone. But I think these were around that $50 price range as well, maybe 60 even. But overall, it has a very Yeezy-esque vibe to it. So if you like the Yeezy Slide vibe, this has that, obviously, in its little New Balance version, and something I found quite comfortable and wide foot friendly as well. Can you guys believe that a $10 slide from Costco can make an S tier list for comfort? I think the overall value for this makes these very, very desirable, considering like they're only like $10 at Costco. I think $15 or $20 online, linked in the description to like Amazon, but these things are actually pretty decent. Like honestly, they don't look very good, but the overall squish in the midsole is very nice. They're very thick boy slides. And again, when I tried these on next to the other stuff out here, I'm like, these are surprisingly good. They're bigger and better than some of the other things out there. If that's your cup of tea. If you don't want something bigger and better, then like this is just probably not even something you're going to be interested in. But for value, this definitely packs a punch, and it is like that S tier comfort when I put these on. Surprising. And another one that surprised me, the Puma Shibui cats. This one retails I think at 50, but you can get them on sale for like 30 or so. I thought it was going to be okay, but the soft squishy feel of these slides are actually really good. I was very, very surprised. Again, this is like another new addition with that all foam slide action here, where it's a one-piece slide, and honestly, it looks okay. I mean, it's pretty sleek looking, has a little Puma logo on the side, but the squishy comfort on these things was actually really, really exceptional. So S tier for sure, in my opinion, and for a value price, if you find them on sale for like $30 or so. Unfortunately, I got the terrible colorway, but you can get a black colorway for like 50 bucks. And I know you guys have been waiting to see these, but moving down the S tier line, we do have Yeezy Slides. These things are pretty elite, to be honest, and anybody that's tried the newer versions of the Yeezy Slides, you guys already know these are super comfortable. I feel like the way that the shark fins stick out, it gives it that much more impact as you're stepping and squishing in the shoe, but there's an ample amount of heel squish here as well as some in the forefoot. And again, I went up a half a size to a size 10. Yes, they fit me a little bit big, but personally I like it that way with the wider foot. All in all, like, these probably have the most hype as well for any of the slides out here. It's not gonna be the most durable because of the way the bottom is versus like the rock slides as an example, but overall exceptional comfort on foot in my opinion. When you get the right size. If you get them too snug, it's not quite as fun. But they retail at $70 and they released a bunch of new ones over on Adidas Confirmed app. I posted a bunch of them on Twitter when they dropped. I actually got a couple pairs of them coming, so I have a couple new ones as well. And the one that surprised me the most on this list, one that I haven't even done a review on yet, these are the Crocs Echo Slides. Now I've tried the Crocs Echo Clogs and they were actually really good as well. Very soft, squishy. You have that Crocs Light drop-in, I believe this is, but that paired with the regular Crocs material on the upper of this thing make this a really nice contender where it's softer where it needs to be, firmer where it needs to be, and overall experience on feet, very, very surprisingly good. I also went with the size 10 of these as well, and they do fit me a little bit big. Again, I might be able to go with a 9, but honestly, I'm okay with the extra room. I like to wear these with socks personally, but comfort on these are way better than the Mallows. Comfort on these are better than a lot of the other stuff out here. So if you want something squishy, a little bit wide foot friendly as well, something with a little bit more tread on the bottom, this is a really, really strong contender and why it is in the top of the S tier. If you guys want me to do a full detailed review on these, I haven't done it yet. I can do these comparison to the Mallow Crocs. Leave a comment and let me know, and I will try to work on that. And the last pair on the list, these crazy Actibreeze 3D slides from ASICS. These are nuts, man. There's nothing like these on the market. I did a video on these talking about how they were the softest things on the market, and they really, really are. There's nothing that beats these. I'm honestly very intrigued how they actually made these because of the lattice design of the 3D structure and how soft and squishy yet durable this design is. These are by far the softest and squishiest slides that I have. And the fact that they're 3D printed is pretty cool, but they're just so incredibly soft and squishy. Yes, you'll probably step in sand and get sand through the whole thing and it'll be a disaster, which I'll probably be doing because I'll probably take these to Mexico. They're so crazy soft. In fact, most people are gonna wear these and go, dude, those are really soft, but they're not functional, not something you're gonna be able to wear. I could totally see that as well because they're so soft, it might be too soft. But for max comfort, for just lounging, going over to your friend's house, playing some Xbox or going and watch some football games or something like that, dude, these things are next level. Just picture yourself going over to the pool or something like that, drinking a beer, wearing these. Like, these things are crazy, man. By far the softest and squishiest. They retail at $80. I'll link them over to ASICS still, but I'll post them to like eBay as well, so you can actually buy them if you're interested. But man, I got them on a restock one time, and I'll tell you guys, unmatched. Just really, really crazy stuff, and by far the craziest innovation in the slide space with regards to crazy soft squishy feels. If you guys have found this list somewhat helpful, leave a comment in the comment section, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you guys can as well, and especially if you buy any of the slides that I'm talking about in this video, it does give me a little bit of a kickback from your purchase and it greatly supports the channel. So the best pair in my opinion for value, if you can find these ones for $15 and you're not afraid of the Costco branding on here or the 32 Cool or whatever brand that is, these are incredibly good for the price point. But my go-to for that $15 to $25 price point on sale is the Adidas Adilette slides. These are, again, the comfort slides. Really, really good stuff and one of my favorites. Best wide foot friendly stuff. There's quite a few of these out here now that are wide foot friendly. The Puma ones are very wide foot friendly. Yeezy slides are if you get them a little bit bigger. And then also the Crocs Echo slides I really, really like. The Oofos as well. The most insanely soft ones are these ones by far. And then next up, surprisingly, is the Crocs Echoes. And if you want probably the most hyped up ones, the Yeezy slides are the most recognizable ones at this point. However, obviously the ASICS ones are head turners because they're so crazy. But all in all, this is kind of my experience with these slides. If you guys have other future brands that you guys want me to try that I missed out on and you want me to cover in like a official top 10 list for ranking, like leave a comment and let me know. It's hard to actually rank them. It's really like there's so many different aspects to like consider in some of these things. Like this shoe doesn't have a lot of tread on them. There's other shoes that are going to do better because of the traction. So I have kind of a ranking system that I can use for a top 10 list if you guys want to see it. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. And hopefully we'll see you guys back on my channel for some more sneaker videos very soon. All right, peace guys.